was telling the crew today, I'm like, I'm willing to be uncomfortable and like put myself out there, and like that in itself is just, it's like something that it's like, it's brave to do that.
Totally.
I'm like telling you guys like that I'm brave. I'm not trying to give myself a self-compliment. I'm just like,
No, yeah.
I know that like it takes a lot to put yourself out there and be criticized and be put down for just like wanting to like share things. It's like, I feel like I'm trying to be stopped, you know, like, and that sucks to feel that. When all I want to do is bring people together, all I want to do is forge connections, all I want to do is like facilitate a fun space where people can be creative and like be themselves. And so that's what I want, the message. I want that to be the overarching theme of what's happening here. But yeah.
So how can you hate on love?
Yeah.
You know?
What if I told you that the most talked about conversation of the year didn't happen on a red carpet or a glossy magazine cover, but quietly, almost secretly, across a live stream, in front of tens of thousands of unsuspecting fans? And not just any live stream, but one where Justin Bieber, global superstar and former teen heartthrob, seemingly let his walls down. A moment where silence, side glances, and a few carefully chosen words became a message heard around the world. This wasn't just another chapter in the never-ending Justin-Selena-Hailey drama. This felt different. This felt real. Let's rewind to the night everything changed. For years, Justin Bieber has been a fixture in the pop culture universe. His every word, move, and social media post dissected by millions. But when he suddenly started streaming regularly on Twitch, the internet did a double take. Twitch, the same platform famous for gamers yelling at their screens and chaotic late-night marathons, it seemed out of character for someone who's lived his life on massive stages and in front of blinding camera flashes. But that's exactly what made it so compelling. There was no flashy intro, no PR-sanctioned talking points, no music video premiere. Just Justin, a mic, a couple of friends, and the kind of unfiltered atmosphere he probably hasn't had since before fame found him. At first, fans thought it was a fluke, a one-night experiment. But then he came back. Again and again. Each time, he seemed a little more relaxed, a little more introspective. But something else was happening, too. The more Justin streamed, the more fans sensed an undercurrent of tension. The jokes were softer, the laughs a little less frequent, and the silences heavy. If you watched closely, you could almost feel the weight he was carrying. It didn't take long for fans to start speculating. Reddit threads, Twitter spaces, and Discord servers lit up with the same question. What is Justin Bieber really trying to say? Maybe it was the way he talked about faith. Openly, vulnerably, like someone clinging to something bigger than himself. Maybe it was a late-night timing, or the way he seemed to talk more to himself than to his audience. Or maybe it was that viral quote, the one that set the internet ablaze. Just looking at a woman and wanting her is the same as cheating. That line sent shockwaves through fandom. Some interpreted it as Justin doubling down on his faith and values. Others felt it sounded more like a confession, a glimpse into a mind wrestling with temptation, regret, and maybe even guilt. The debate was immediate and fierce. Was Justin confessing to something? Was he sending a subtle message? And if so, to who? If you followed Justin's journey, you know his history with Selena Gomez is legendary and complicated. They were Hollywood's golden couple, and their breakup left a trail of rumors, heartbreak, and endless Yelena speculation. Years have passed, but the internet never really moved on. And neither, it seems, has Justin. Because here's where things get juicy. Eagle-eyed fans notice a pattern. Justin's renewed interest in streaming started right as rumors about Selena's romantic life began dominating headlines again. Meanwhile, his wife Hailey was facing her own tidal wave of online drama and backlash. The timing was too perfect, too coincidental. Was Justin seeking refuge from the noise? Was he using Twitch as a safe space to process his feelings, away from the relentless scrutiny of Instagram and Twitter? But then came the moment that left everyone speechless. During one particularly somber live stream, Justin seemed distracted. He kept glancing at his phone, pausing mid-sentence, and letting the silence linger a little longer than usual. Suddenly, his eyes widened, just for a second, but enough for fans to notice. He read something on his screen, smiled that genuine, old-school Justin smile, and typed furiously. Then, in the chat window that only the most attentive fans noticed, a message popped up. It was brief, almost cryptic. Some things never really end. Hope you're doing okay. The chat exploded with theories. Was it meant for Selena? Was he reaching out across the digital void with an olive branch? A confession? Or maybe just a simple check-in from one old friend to another? And then, as if the universe itself wanted to pour gasoline on the fire, Selena Gomez herself appeared in the chat. Her username was subtle, but fans recognized it instantly. Her reply? Healing takes time. Wishing you peace. Always. The internet went into meltdown mode. Within minutes, screenshots of the exchange were everywhere. TikTokers broke it down frame by frame. Twitter exploded with fresh theories, old fan edits, and naturally, a new wave of Yelena nostalgia. For some, it was proof that true love never dies. For others, it was a bittersweet reminder of everything the two had endured. Public breakups, personal struggles, and the relentless spotlight that never let them heal in private. But the real takeaway wasn't just about romance. It was about forgiveness. About two people, both battered and bruised by fame, reaching across the digital divide to say, in their own way, I see you. I hope you're okay. The question still lingered. Why was Justin doing this now? And why Twitch, of all places? If you ask his most devoted fans, they'll tell you Twitch is Justin's escape. A place with no filters, no managers, no handlers telling him what to post or say. Just a quiet corner of the internet where he can process his thoughts in real time, where he can be vulnerable, make mistakes, and maybe, just maybe, find some peace. It's also telling that he started streaming more frequently right as the noise around him reached a fever pitch. Hailey's online drama, Selena's rumored relationships, the endless headlines, the constant speculation. For someone who spent most of his life being defined by others, Twitch is a chance to reclaim his narrative, to be seen as something more than just a headline. There's something hauntingly beautiful about watching someone so famous, so used to being on, just sit in front of a camera and exist. No choreography, no rehearse lines. Just a human being, trying to figure it all out. Supporters say these streams are Justin's way of healing, of reconnecting with himself and his faith. Critics argue it's a form of avoidance, a way to escape the hard conversations he needs to have. But maybe it's both. Maybe Justin is still learning how to balance fame, faith, love, and loss, just like the rest of us, only with millions watching. In the end, the real story isn't about whether Justin and Selena will ever get back together, or whether Hailey is jealous, or what Justin really meant by that cryptic message. The real story is about growth, about learning to let go, forgive, and move forward. Because if you listen carefully, Justin's streams aren't really about gaming or music or even drama. They're about searching for meaning in a world that never stops watching. They're about trying to find peace, even when the past keeps knocking on your door. And they're about the power of saying just enough at just the right moment to remind someone you care so. Is Justin Bieber sending secret messages to Selena Gomez during his streams? Maybe. Or maybe he's just trying to figure out who he is, outside of the noise, the rumors, and the endless expectations. But one thing for sure, for the first time in a long time, Justin isn't performing for millions. He's just being himself. And in a world obsessed with spectacle, sometimes